Hi, it's okay, honey. Oh my God.
The actual day of adoption, of transfer, she was here for about 4 hours. Somehow he dropped her leash, and the minute the leash hit the ground, she bolted.
Going out and searching for a dog is literally a needle in a haystack.
Because it's really hard to go and search randomly for a dog if you don't know where the dog is. You're kind of wasting time, but if you do it correctly, you're not, because you might go searching, but a big part of searching is talking to people, talking to the neighborhoods, making people aware.
Lost Canine got started in 2018 in November. Around midnight, I went to go let my dogs outside, and I noticed one of my Great Danes playing with something. And there's this little black dog that my dog was playing with. And she kind of moved away from me, and then as she went farther down the street, so did I in my jammies. And I went to any of the social media for Cottage Grove, and I posted a picture on there and said, whose dog is this? Not hearing from her for about a week or anything about her, I get this message from some lady that says, hey, I think I have your dog. Contact me. And so I did, and I'm like, it's not my dog, it's a community dog at this point. And she said, I really do think I have your dog. And I said, where do you live? And she says, Stillwater. And I'm like, Stillwater? There's no way that this dog could travel all the way to Stillwater, Minnesota from Cottage Grove. But she did.
I got involved with Lost Canine back in 2018 when the little black dog was a stray that we all joined together to find.
We were the no-name group. We weren't going to do anything official whatsoever, but then in 2020, now we had COVID. And it was scary for a lot of people. There was so many people that were adopting dogs at that time, which was a great thing, but it also caused a surge for us that we became really in demand. It actually forced us to then become a nonprofit and also to come up with a name.
So if somebody does contact us, we're going to get pictures of the dog, we're going to create a flyer. That's one of the first things. And we get that flyer created and we blast that all over social media. The other thing we do is we get signs and we get them out on the street corners, the busy intersections, things like that, because awareness is probably our biggest tool that we have.
You know, we can print the flyers, we can print the picture, we can print the number, we can put the signs together. Simple is better. Lost dog, do not chase. Picture of the dog, phone number, we're done.
They only have so much time to look at a sign.
We prefer, when it comes to searching for a dog, that the public stays home and that they just call in sightings and let us go.
I've never had a dog that just came running up to me and caught it. I've had to work to get every single dog, whether it be hand caught, trapped.
If we can't catch it by hand, the other thing, of course, is traps. We have traps that we use. They're humane traps, and they are monitored with live trail cameras, and they're tripped with lasers and stuff like that. So it's all done automatic.
I had this very unrealistic expectations that, you know, Randy's gonna show up with this magic wand and then we're gonna get the dog back the next day. Once I started understanding the process, we knew that we're in for the long haul.
The traps are placed when we know we have sightings, or if we know that a dog's certain pattern, you know, we get notifications, right?
I was hopeful, slightly hopeful at that point, just knowing she made it that far. She was still alive, and yeah, it was
that was a good night. That was a good night.
It was a great night. Yeah, Randy he called us.
Yeah.
Like, we got the notification too that the camera picked something up, but we hadn't even checked it yet, and Randy was on it.
When we set up a trap, we always make sure somebody is within about 10 minutes. We don't want to leave a dog in there overnight or anything else. We don't know how the dog's going to react. We don't want the dog to hurt itself.
The trap is, we bait it, so on the inside there's dog food, something stinky. We also usually around the area do some liquid smoke or barbecue sauce, anything to bring the dog towards the trap. We have also caught some birds, some cats, some possums, some squirrels, and I promise you, everybody is safe.
There was a brown dog on Monday, actually Labor Day. Well, I had asked my neighbor if she had posted her Ring doorbell video on Nextdoor, and she hadn't. And I went on Nextdoor to see, if anybody has seen that dog. And actually, several people had cited it, took some pictures. Yep, same dog. And so there was a lot of communication, like where the dog had been running. There was someone on Nextdoor had experience with lost canine, and they put the link up there, they put a phone number, called Beth, and so I said, well, the dog literally had just been in my yard like 15 minutes ago, so I called Beth. We're kind of looking, I told her where the dog was running, and she thought that we'll put the food out next to the water, see if the dog eats it, and then maybe the next day they might be able to set up a cage or whatever and attract the dog to get the dog some help. I have to say 5 or 6 people came out with them. I was clearly impressed of the response that we had from Lost Canine. It was amazing. The funny thing is we were all sitting there once the trap was all set up, and the dog ran through my backyard into the next backyard, and then we hadn't seen it, but like there were 6 of us standing around the cage, and the dog ran right through the yard, and so everybody got a chance to see the dog.
What dog is that behind you? What dog is behind you?
That's her.
That's her.
Then we all moved away from the cage, and that was probably 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And by dinner time, they had put food out there, and the dog came back and in the cage, and then the cage shut. They literally were there probably within 10 minutes. They are amazing. They're amazing people. Their work is amazing. They have outstanding outcomes.
And then eventually one of the others was Ruby. Ruby showed up. So immediately I went to the live stream, and all I saw was Ruby was walking around the cage, ate a few things, and then got out. I said, Randy, I cannot watch this anymore. Just let me know when you got her. And then within 2 minutes, I got a text back from Randy. Randy said, yep, she's in, we got her.
Huge relief and disbelief. I couldn't believe it when we finally got her. I never thought it would happen. I thought it was impossible.
One thing I've learned from this process is to trust the process. They know what they're doing. Trust them, have them take the lead. When they say don't chase the dog, don't go in and search, don't do that. Just follow their lead. That usually lead to a good outcome.
We don't judge how a dog becomes lost. It wastes time. The thing is, the dog's out, we're here to try to save the dog, and that's what we really focus on.